In this video, I wanted to share 5 tips for building your brand. And these tips apply to being successful in any business really, but there are things that I've learned that I've found will also help set you apart in the field of video production and photography, including aerial imaging. So tip number 1 is to only show your best work. As you improve, you can update your demo reel to reflect your improvements, swap out the older, less impressive clips for the newer, better work. Shorter demo reel with really great shots is going to be better than a longer reel with some great work mixed with some not so great work. So keep that demo reel updated and put your best foot forward, and that'll help your work stand out. Tip number 2 is to stand by your work. So one of the quickest ways to build a strong brand and reputation is to stand by your work and only do work that you know is going to be good and that you're willing to put your name on. So you need to treat even the small jobs with the same respect and attention to detail as the big jobs. If weather or lighting doesn't cooperate, that means you got to be willing to reshoot in order to provide a quality product. I recently shot a hole-by-hole of a golf course. It's not the most glamorous work, but I'm dedicated to the product that I produce, and I'm actually going to go back and reshoot some of the holes because the direction of the sun wasn't the best for those specific holes. And so being willing to go the extra mile for your client, even if it's a smaller job or a project that you don't necessarily love, that's the type of thing that's going to build your brand. And those clients are going to come back to you in the future, and they're also going to refer you to their friends and the people they know, and that's how you're going to build a successful business. So stand by your work, guarantee your work, be willing to do the reshoot if needed, and that's going to go a long ways. Tip number 3 is to save all of your work. Only delete the complete junk that you know you're never going to use again, and really that's not going to be very much stuff. I really recommend saving just as much as you possibly can. And when you're saving your work, it's important to save and organize all of that work, both personal work and client work, so that you can easily find it in months or years down the road. You'll be surprised how useful a growing library of aerial photos or videos can be. You'll also be surprised how often old clients will come back and ask for footage or images that you took maybe years ago. And so having your work backed up, it's the professional thing to do, it's the right thing to do, and you're going to be glad that you did it a year from now or 2 years from now when you have a collection of work and you can look back and see how far you've come. But it's also a good library from all of your travels or all of your projects. If you need to invest in more storage is fairly cheap nowadays, just do it. It's important to keep that stuff backed up and safe and always have access to it. Tip number 4 is to be proactive. So this is probably the most common question that I get is, how do I get clients? And my advice is to be proactive. Instead of only relying on social media or your website to bring you clients, you need to go out and shoot something and then take it to your target client and show them, demonstrate how what you do could help them or provide value to them. And here's an example. If you're interested in doing, say, real estate videos where you show a house for a realtor's listing, go out and shoot some aerial photos and video of a property that you know is for sale in your area, and then go and take that clip to the listing agent. You can offer to let them use it online as part of their listing for that property, and you can demonstrate how you can do the same thing for all of their listings. So think about how much more effective that would be, actually bringing a product, a finished product of a realtor's listing to them to sell to them, instead of just cold calling and asking, hey, can I do work for you? Be proactive. You know, I'm not recommending that you go and produce a ton of work for free before you sell it to anybody. But I'm just talking about a short clip, just a demonstration that you can use to dangle in front of that prospect and hopefully make a sale from it. Okay, tip number 5 is to always be learning. You know, technology is changing incredibly fast, especially in this drone market. These drones are only getting easier to fly, so it's important to invest first in yourself. That's more important than buying the latest drone. And so learn as much as you can about the creative side of this, the creative side of photography and videography, And the tools, the technology, that's never going to be able to replace your creativity and your experience. And so again, clients, they don't care what tools you use. They don't care if you have the latest drone, the Phantom 4 or whatever it is. They just want the end result to be great. Continually be learning about the creative side, how to improve your composition, your lighting, your camera movements. Always be learning and improving yourself and investing in yourself. And yeah, you can invest in tools as you need them, but if you're always investing in your own learning first, that's what's going to set you apart from everyone else who has money, who can go buy a drone and say that they are a aerial photographer. So those are my 5 tips for building your brand. I hope you learned something from this video. We'll see you in the next section.